Gemini, welcome to your August 2025 General Love Tarot reading. This is your girl, Mermaid Scales Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me here. This is a General Love Tarot reading for the Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or any other strong placement for the sign of Gemini. This is a general reading, so please keep that in mind. To only take what resonates with you and leave what doesn't for someone who really needs to hear these messages. And of course, hi cross watchers, you're very welcome here if you're interested in a Gemini. Who wouldn't be? I'd like to remind Gemini and cross watchers that energy is fluid. This simply means you may feel like I'm describing a certain situation in the reading where you may feel the roles are flipped or reversed, and that's completely okay. You're more than welcome to use your own discretion to flip those roles if that resonates with your specific situation the best. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get your reading started. I like to start off my readings by doing a mini meditation to clear and set the energy, but if you're just here for the card pull, I completely understand. You can go ahead and get to that card pull by looking at the timestamps at the pinned comment below. For those of you who are with me now, thank you so much for joining me. It really does help me connect to your energy by doing this. So I'm going to ask everyone to take a deep breath in, and I'm going to ring the sound bowl 3 times. And during that time, I want you to open up your energy to ask the questions you have in regards to your love life. And if there is a certain someone, you can start thinking about them now, and we'll see what Spirit has to say. So let's go ahead and take that deep breath in. And tune into the energy of Gemini. Well, the first thing I saw was a snail. So maybe someone's been seeing snails, but it honestly gives me a little bit of an inkling of how long this is taking. Maybe something's going really slow, someone's going really slow, or just the momentum has kind of really died out and it's just been kind of going at a snail's pace here. And the letter S is really sticking out to me, as in Stephanie, as in Stephen, first, middle, last initial can mean something to someone. But then I saw someone biting their lip. So I wonder if there's some nervous energy around this. Someone tends to bite their lip when they're nervous or thinking, and that could be just confirming who I'm talking about here. So I'm really curious about this. Where is this going? I feel is what someone really wants to know and ask about. So I hope I can give you that information as we pull the cards for my Geminis for August 2025. So Spirit, tell me about this energy for Gemini. What is happening in August for Gemini that Gemini needs to be aware of, prepared for? Okay, so first card out, we have getting to know each other. And Sagittarius just got this card. So if you're dealing with a Sagittarius, or if you have strong Sagittarius in your chart, I suggest checking out the Sagittarius readings to see if there's messages for you there. But it says, as you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. But someone does want to go slow. I do feel that is an important thing here. And someone's making that boundary in this of going slow. So I wonder if it's because someone wants to set boundaries and make sure that this isn't just a pursuit for sexual pleasure, that they really get to know someone before opening up. I wonder if the slowness is kind of frustrating someone though. And even if this has been going on for months, it's like, okay, how much longer will I have to wait? Do I need to wait? I think that's still kind of a question here. Tell me more. Tell me more about this energy for Gemini. Feeling depressed. Oh, okay. There's definitely someone that may be struggling with mental health right now. And again, I'm not a psychiatrist. I don't diagnose. Please don't take it that way. But there's definitely someone that may be recovering from something that has been a huge impact in their life. So whether that is a breakup, that's a divorce, that's a job loss, it's making them feel a little down. And maybe that's why things have slowed down in a way. And maybe there's been a betrayal, a friendship breakup, or Something with family too, I'm kind of feeling here. Oh, okay. What's the deeper meaning behind all this for Gemini? Maybe someone's a little bummed that things have kind of gotten more slow, or someone has recently put the boundary up of like, we need to go slow with this. Okay, then we have Mercury retrograde with reinvention. So Mercury rules Gemini and Virgo, so you could possibly be dealing with another Gemini or someone with strong Gemini in their chart, or Virgo, strong Virgo in their chart. But so I think there's needs to be a little bit of a setback here for someone to better understand or to get their mind right. I definitely feel as if there's been a little bit of a shakeup in someone's life that may have kind of been a little bit of a setback, but every setback is a means to improve, to go even further than before. So I don't think that this is meant to be something of like a downer as much as it is. Maybe someone has a hard time expressing that they're going through a lot right now, or that they need help and that they need someone there right now to be their rock. And if there's a problem with security and emotional availability and emotional openness, maybe this is the time for someone to show the other person like, look, I know you're going through a lot, or there's a lot going on, but I'm here for you. And I just heard phone call. So maybe there's going to be a lot of phone calls between the two of you, more so, especially if there has to be distance here between the both of you. But let's go ahead and pull the tarot. This is going to be a complex reading, I can already tell. So let's see. Tell me more about this reading for Gemini. Nine of Swords, dead center of this Gemini energy. Wow, yeah. A lot of mental activity. Eight of Cups in reverse. Pisces energy. I'm going to pull out all the cards out and then we'll do a deep dive. Someone doesn't want someone to move away or feel like they have to detach. That's something that they fear. Eight of Pentacles, crowning this, 2 8s. Someone's birthday could be June 8th, June 18th, or May 28th. Okay. Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, I'm not surprised to see the Knight of Pentacles here. Yeah. Ooh, my ring almost fell off. Interesting. Someone may be thinking about like stopping this commitment or just stop trying. All right. Bottom of the deck, we have Justice. So Libra energy. Sorry, I have to censor these for YouTube community guidelines. But I do feel in the background of this, there is something that's meant to be made right in this. There's something meant to balance out. There's something that's meant to be restored. If there has been a more challenging time, then Spirit, the universe is trying to work to even things out. So there's not too much of that karmic debt that could be in play here. I do feel that someone's asking for understanding, asking for clarity, especially if someone is having a little bit of a hard time expressing what's going on with them, expressing what's really happening internally. Now, with Justice, there could be someone going through a specific court date, a divorce, someone could be suing someone, and so I could see why there may be some stress around that. But overall, I think with this Justice card here is that Spirit wants what is hard to understand or has been difficult to go through to make sense of it all. And through that clarity, I think you guys would be more okay with what's going on. But there has to be conversation. There has to be trust. There has to be openness. With Justice, this could be in August the time to really show that. And then that's what will be fair for the both of you. Let's get into this. At the dead center, we have Nine of Swords, Gemini energy. So someone has had a lot on their mind, is not sure how to handle with everything that's going on. I do feel with getting to know each other, this is a really good time maybe to kind of let the guard down and to have these tougher conversations. And even if someone's afraid to have those tougher conversations, I think there would be a lot to learn from each other. Now, I do want to clarify this Nine of Swords because I want to get a little more specific at what this energy could be that is very powerful in this reading. Can you clarify the Nine of Swords for me, Spirit? Page of Swords, more air energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. What else? the Tower, bottom of the deck, Five of Pentacles. Okay. So Five of Pentacles, someone feeling left out in the cold, but also financial struggles, money issues could be at play here, loss of a job or layoff, that type of vibes. So that could be definitely stressful, but I think it could also mean just the fact that someone's keeping this all in is making the other person not feel like they're important enough to know, or that they're not in a certain amount of pillar of respect to let them in. It feels a little bit like pushing out here, Taurus energy. And I do think like the person who is going through the Nine of Swords right now really does need that support, but doesn't know if they can get it. But closed mouths don't get fed, right? I wonder if there's some housing issues going on, or roommate issues also that could be at play here. But with the Page of Swords and the Tower, I think there's some information that someone found out that kind of shook them up in a way. I don't feel it is in regards to the both of you, but I feel maybe it's something in regards to family, friends, a job situation. And finding that out has been really hard to deal with, has been really hard to come to terms with. So I think it's like, how do I say this? How do I tell Gemini what's going on? Like, I don't want to like scare Gemini. I don't want to make Gemini feel that they have to do anything for me. These people are very used to being on their own, but they're realizing maybe they don't have to be, or that's what you really want to tell them, right? But they're really afraid to reveal whatever this Tower moment is for them. Now with the Page of Swords, this person could be younger than you, or you're much younger than them. And someone could have a butterfly tattoo, I'm seeing here. What's crossing this is the Eight of Cups in reverse, Pisces energy. So if this is an emphasis card, then what I'm seeing here is that someone really does not want this to get further and further detached from each other. And maybe there is like a fear that that is happening, that there's an emotional distance that has been created. And it's almost as if like someone's afraid that someone else is kind of getting numb in this. Now, if this is a challenge card with the Eight of Cups in reverse, I think someone's going to have to show the other person, even if it's easy to push away. And I'm not saying force the situation, but like let them know like, hey, I want to be there for you. I want to help you. I want to, understand what's going on. Just give me that chance to, and I'll show you. With this Eight of Cups in reverse, I don't want you to push me away. I want to be helpful with you in a part of this. I don't want to separate from you. I want to be with you. And I think that's kind of what's challenging this thing here, is someone feeling the need to push away while the other wants to better understand. What's crowning this is the Eight of Pentacles, Virgo energy. So if someone here has been trying to be active in helping out, in trying to provide resources, it is helping. And just even being an ear to talk to helps. Giving advice, concrete advice, logical advice, no judgments, no criticisms, but being like, hey, if this was me, this is what I would do. It helps a lot. And I think through providing those solutions and through providing that support is showing someone that you are someone, or that if this is you going through all this, Gemini, that there's someone you can rely on and trust to have your back. Because I do think that is the truth of this Eight of Pentacles person that is trying to dedicate themselves, is trying to put the effort in. They really do want this to work. They really do want to do everything that they can before they say they give up on this. But they're not going to give up easily. I don't see that here. And even more so, they're determined now more than ever to find a solution, to find out how you guys can get through this with one another. What's reading this is the Knight of Pentacles, Virgo energy. So I want to say, if this is rooting the situation, it's harder to see, is I do feel things generally do get better with time. And I know divine timing is kind of a hard message, right? Especially for those who felt like they've waited a long time, maybe longer than they should have. But I think with whatever that tower moment was and whatever's causing someone a lot of anxiety with the 9 of Swords, it takes some time to reconstruct your mind. It takes some time to get new perspective. But I think they are trying in their own way. And maybe they're going to try even harder in August because they see how this is affecting you from them, you know, being used to pushing people away or not opening up or trying to do all this on their own. I think the more someone is dedicated and committed to trying to help and trying to find, you know, support or be that support for someone, then slowly and surely this person will feel like this is the right person for me. They're not putting too much pressure, but they're letting me know they're there. And I can trust that. I could build on that. And the timing of it, it does take this person a little bit to trust. I see that here. And I know that's frustrating for someone. But I think as this, you know, continues to build, it will go in the right direction and someone will start to try even harder or put more effort in if they feel safe to do so. But if there's any pressure, if there's any, you know, I think that would be the breaking point here. But I do see that you two have what it takes to make this work. I do. And it's going to take, you know, for someone right now, especially if there is someone feeling down or depressed or anxious about what's going on in life, the other person needs to be a little bit of a rock for them right now, but that favor will be returned in some karmic way, in some balancing of the scales way, in a justice way that we saw just earlier, right? But what you don't see is that even if this is taking time, there is improvement. They are feeling more secure with this situation. They are feeling better about this situation. They are feeling better about you through this. So maybe even in knowing that, that will help you kind of accept more if this is going at a slower pace. In the recent past, we have the 10 of Wands, Sagittarius energy. So I kind of feel as if with this card here, there's something that has come to a boiling point. It has all become a lot. It has all become, you know, a lot that someone has been carrying for some time. And maybe someone's starting to realize now that I've been carrying too much. Or maybe someone's finally put down all those wands that they've been carrying and just have been trying to be more open with everyone involved about what's going on here, but they're going slowly and spreading the news or kind of letting people know what really is happening. But with the 10 of Wands, and even like if you need to see this right here, like this person's like gambling and everyone's watching, waiting to see what their next move is, they may feel like this could be a huge risk. Should I just unload my burden? Should I just reveal everything? And that scares them. But someone is realizing that some part of this, holding on to this or being stressed or taking it out unjustly on certain people, needs to come to an end. And I need support. I need help. I need to know that I don't have to be alone or that everything's going to be okay. Yeah, someone's dealing with a lot. And I think even for some, like someone's afraid of the judgments, the opinions, the criticisms, if they were to fully reveal what's going on. But Gemini, you could be that rock for them. Or if this is you, this person wants to be that rock for you. And I don't think they would judge you or criticize you in the same way that other people have in your family, your friend group. They really want this to work, and they are wanting to do what it takes to show you that. And if this is a time of reinvention, then I think they want to be part of that process with you and helping you reinvent yourself or reinvent what's been going on in your life. All right, Gemini, To see the likely outcome of this situation, what is likely to happen and unfold that you need to be aware of and know about from now to the end of the month, we're going to go ahead and take this to Patreon for the extended reading. I'm going to overturn this card here to show the likely outcome. I'm going to pull some more tarot oracle cards to just dive deeper into the situation. And if you guys really felt this was your reading, I promise there'll be more answers and clarity for you in the extended reading. So if you'd like to join me for the extended reading, open up the description box of this video where you will find the link to Patreon. That will take you to the extended reading. But if this is where you depart, Gemini, I really hope that this has resonated with you and has given you a lot of clarity. And if it has, please let me know. Drop a comment below, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe. I love you, Gemini, very much, and I'll see you next time. Take care, Gemini.